on Friday, Bridgestone came out with brand new golf balls. We're going to talk to our very good friend, Elliot Mellow. He is a golf ball marketing manager for Bridgestone Golf. He is on our Jason Young State Farm Insurance guest line. Elliot, how are you doing, my friend?
I am doing great, man. It is it's an exciting time here at Bridgestone, and excited to be back on with you guys, Randy.
Well, you know, Elliot, we kind of teased it a couple of weeks ago, the new ball coming out Friday for Valentine's Day, and Danny, you did get your seat. You got your golf balls with roses.
I did, and I loved them, and I used them yesterday. I sure did. And
now you hit the RXS.
Yes, I do hit the RXS. I love it. I mean, and I'm sure Elliot's going to tell us all about it. I have several questions, for our listening audience that have been passed on to me, and but I am a big believer in this golf ball, big believer in the new technology, the reactive urethane covers, as well as I can really notice the difference between the dual dimple design for more distance and increased roll. So with that, Elliot, take it away, buddy.
Well, I love that you're loving the RXS. That's probably the ball that has the biggest change out of the four for us this year. It's for the moderate swing speed guy, the normal Joes like you and I that don't swing it as fast as Tiger. But the RXS is the spin oriented of the two. We got the RX for distance and the RXS for spin. And it's working great for players like you and me, but it's also working great for players like Freddie Couples, who sits a couple shots off the lead, having switched to the RXS this year.
Well, and it is something. These guys are really talking about this reactive cover, and it's like I said, Elliot earlier went out and played yesterday at Timber Creek and was able to hit. Now I'm hitting the RX, and I could really notice some difference in the distance that I was hitting, especially on a couple of the longer holes. And tell our listeners the difference between what they've been hitting and why they need to try out these new Bridgestone golf balls.
Yeah. So let's backtrack a little bit and actually start with a little bit of a history lesson. So if you think back to kind of the millennium, 2000, Bridgestone and Tiger Woods, we teamed up to create the multi-layer urethane golf ball, which is kind of what the standard for tour balls has been for the last 20 years. We designed and pioneered that golf ball along with Tiger. He went on to win the Tiger Slam with that product. Fast forward to today, 20 years later, Bridgestone and Tiger have teamed up again with a new cover technology called REACTIV. And what REACTIV does is it goes beyond traditional urethane. It has a polymer, or a synthetic rubber, that's called an impact modifier. And what the impact modifier does is it optimizes the compression time, or as Tiger says, the face time of each shot, depending on the needs of the shot. So in layman's terms, when we hit it violently and fast with a driver, the material firms up and springs off the face with higher ball speed. And then on the flip side of that, when we hit a delicate touch shot with an iron or a wedge, the ball actually stays on the face longer, which allows a loft in the grooves of the club to bite in and provide more spinning control on that short game shot. So it pushes the boundaries of what's possible on both ends of the spectrum.
We're visiting with golf ball marketing manager for Bridgestone Golf, our good friend Elliot Mellow, right here on Jason Young State Farm Insurance guest line. Danny.
Well, Elliot, you just hit a really key spot, for all the golfers out there that are looking for that face time, basically on the golf ball. I'll give you a perfect, for instance, for everybody listening. Yesterday, I was fortunate enough. I went out and played a practice round with some of the high school guys from the Spanish Fort team over at Lakewood. They're getting ready for the David Miller Invitational over there starting tomorrow and Tuesday, and I found myself kind of really working with this golf ball. I put myself, since it was a practice round, put myself in some different positions around the green. There was a little bit of wind going on, so I could really feel the way, especially the dual dimple design, could cut through some of the wind. But more importantly, that reactive urethane cover, I put myself behind some bunkers with the little flop shots, and I like to hit a little toe wedge. I like to sometimes use the outside of the golf club to create a little different side spin. I know that sounds a little bit more advanced than a lot of people out there right now, but it's so important when you get comfortable with the golf ball and you feel the golf ball actually spinning off your club. You can actually feel it in your hands when you practice it. And I was having such a fun time practicing different shots with this new type of golf ball. And I'll tell you, the reaction that I had was so positive, and it just gave me more confidence. And I think that's really at the bottom of everybody's objective, whether it's Bridgestone or whoever, is for the user to have that positive reaction to gain momentum and confidence in their golf game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, When we design a golf ball, obviously we're designing it for the best players in the world, but at the end of the day, we're designing it for the listeners out there, for the average golfer that golf is their hobby, not their occupation. And I think that's the cool thing about the reactive technology is what we've seen through the testing and now being in market for a couple of days here is basically every player, regardless of skill level or swing speed, is experiencing the exact same things. So what you're talking about, you're seeing, that's the same thing that Tiger and Freddie see on the tour, and that's the same thing that, you know, the guy that plays two weekends out of the year in a scramble tournament will see that same type of performance, because the performance benefit of reactive is not dependent on ability. Since it's a material change that's been put in all four golf balls, everyone can kind of see it firsthand.
Telling you what, it really is a remarkable golf ball. We're visiting with Elliot Mellow, a golf ball marketing manager for Bridgestone Golf, right here on Jason Young Star Thing. Guest line, Dana.
Hey, Elliot, I'm Dana Proctor, and I'm just questioning, like, with ladies, ladies amateur golfers, what do you recommend for them to use out there? I've just bought some new ones. I'm going to get out there. I'm going to give them a try. Trying to feel for what the difference is in some of them. I've compared. I think I've done the. Randy's given me some. Yeah, I've done those. So I'm going to try to compare and see what happens out there because I have not done that.
Yeah, that's a great question. So, you know, we're big on fitting and customization and finding the right golf ball that fits your game, and we have a wider portfolio of golf ball options than a lot of the manufacturers. But that's strategic because we want to make sure that every golfer, regardless of gender or ability, is able to find a product that fits their game. And so it's just real quick to go through the rundown for the really fast swing speed players that are wanting a tour level ball, a ball that's long off the tee and spins well around the green. The fast swing speed players over 105 miles per hour. You've got the Tour BX for distance, which is what Kuchar's playing and is tied in the lead out there at Riviera with. And then you have the XS, which is the ball Tiger design, which is more of a spin-oriented product. Staying in the tour level category, the more moderate swing, a lot of who you're referencing here is the RX series. So the RX is a distance-oriented product, whereas the RXS has a softer cover for more control. RXS is the ball that the Fred Couples and Rocco Mediates of the world play. We then moved to E12, which is it's an accuracy product. It's all about straight distance in E12. So players that struggle to find the fairway, that are tired of being in the rough, that want to play from the short grass, that's what E12 is all about. And so when I say straight distance, what happens with E12, a lot of people don't realize this, is if we can make the ball more efficient. So if we can lower the amount of side spin, not only is the ball straighter, but there's more energy going down the fairway, which makes the ball longer also. So within the E12 series, we have the E12 speed for the players that really go after it, but then the E12 soft is a lower compression golf ball for the more moderate swing speed player, and the E12 soft, it's a wide range of golfers, male, female, and it's really a workhorse for us in terms of optimizing trajectory and accuracy off the tee.
Well, I'll tell you what, you nailed it right there. I mean, you nailed it. You nailed it. Now, one of the things that you mentioned, too, Elliot, is the fact of getting fit. Now, we're going to have in the next hour, we're going to be talking to somebody you know very well, Adam Rayberg. He is the golf ball fitter there for Bridgestone Golf. And we'll talk a little bit about the V-Fit. But talk about the importance of getting fit for a golf ball. We talk about it for clubs and all that, but this is something that you're using on every shot is a golf ball. How important is the fitting?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the ball is the one piece of equipment that's played on every shot. It's the one constant that's out there. Thinking about it, too, very basically from an economic standpoint, it's probably the cheapest piece of equipment to change. You got to buy golf balls to go out there and play, so purchase something that fits your game and can improve your game, be a complement to what you're trying to do instead of being detrimental. We make a lot of great golf balls. The other companies make a lot of great golf balls, but some of the features that we build into Tiger Woods' golf ball, for example, we build that ball to spin, which is great for a player that knows how to optimize it. But at the same time, if you don't know how to use that spin to your advantage, it can hurt you, and maybe you should be looking at one of the other Bridgestone models. And so just kind of things to think about.
That's a very good point. That's a very, very good point for sure. Let's talk real quick. We've got you for about another 60 seconds here, Elliot. Tiger right now looks like he's going to miss next week in Mexico. Says his game not quite there. His back, he's not quite as healthy as he wants to be. Talk a little bit about Tiger and what's your expectation for Tiger is. Of course, we're all following him, looking for number 83 this year. Yeah,
I think your expectation and my expectation are kind of the same for Tiger. 83 and Major 16 are on the horizon for him, and I think he's kind of setting up his schedule to get to Augusta in a good place and kind of do this major push with the new schedule. You know, they're basically 30 days apart each of the majors, and I think that's kind of what he's working towards.
I think he gets it. I told Danny and Dana a little earlier. I think that it probably happens at Bay Hill. That is my prediction. He loves playing that golf course. It means a lot to him, and he's won there many, many times. I think Bay Hill is where he gets number 83. You?
Yeah, you got Bay Hill, you got Sawgrass, you got Augusta. I mean, they're legendary places with Tiger associated with them. So Bay Hill's a good pick for sure.
Elliot, I got to tell you, always do a great job. Excited about the brand new Bridgestone golf balls, and we encourage folks, you can go online. You can go to our website, southernfairwaysgolf.com. You can go to bridgestonegolf.com as well. Check out all the different types of golf balls. Get fit. I mean, get fit. You're really going to enjoy the segment coming up in our next hour with Adam, as he'll talk a little about that V-Fit and how you can do that right there with a friend. It's a very simple process to do, and you can do it at your favorite golf course, on the driving range, and get the golf ball that Bridgestone would recommend. It's a neat process.
Yeah, V-Fit's an exciting technology. It allows golf ball fitting to be kind of taken to the masses, and it's extremely accurate, and it's a great tool for golfers of all skill levels to get into the right golf ball.
Elliot, as always, thank you, pal. Look forward to having you back on with us real soon.
Yeah, likewise. We'll be watching intently out there at Riviera and see if Kuchar can pull this thing off.
Absolutely. We got our fingers crossed. Thank you, Elliot.
Thanks, guys.